Hello chickens, how are you all doing today? It's Angela here, and today is my day to share with you a really exciting and quick and easy little project that we're going to be doing for RachandBellas Be Inspired collaboration. Had to think about that. So very welcome back. If this is your first time here, a very warm welcome to all of you, and I hope that you're going to be really excited to follow along with what we've got to do for this collaboration today and every other day. Now yesterday it was E's turn from scrapbooking with me, and she had a letter that we all given to use some of the elements and details that represent summer in crafting and summer itself. So I'm not going to go through all that, but other to say that follow the lineup. This is the lineup. I've posted it on my social media site, so you can have a look at it there, or of course you can have a look on RachandBella's site. She's got a playlist for all the videos that are going to follow for this wonderful collaboration. So we're catching the end of summer, so it's all exciting. Now I'm doing B, that's my letter today, and I decided to go with quite a few things, but I started off going with blue, and I have used Rach's Truly Blue kit. All right, so that's the list, and keep that on your computer or print it out so that you can see who's to follow each day and you can follow along. And these are some of the prompts that Rachel has put together for the various letters that you can follow along with, or we could use some of them. I actually haven't used any of, I've used one of them, I've used buttons, but I've added some others from the kits as well. All right, so that's those two things to remember. I'll just put that to the side. Now, I have chosen to use the Truly Blue kit. Rach has got a number of kits to choose from. She's got a beautiful beach one, which I've lost the name of it now, but she's got beautiful kits, and you can find all those details in the description box below. All right, so I'm using the Truly Blue journal pages. I've also used the Truly Blue backgrounds, and I have also gone with the Fussy Cuts, which is a great kit. Okay, so those are the ones I'm using. And the actual pages that I'm using, let me show you. It's not many. I didn't print out the whole kit. I'm using this beautiful collage page, Love the Birds. And I have also gone with this one, with B for butterflies, B for birds, B for blue, so that you can see this sort of thing. So those are the 3 pages. Here's the third one. Those are lovely collage pages. Excuse me. I've also used the tags, the large tags from the Truly Blue kit, and then this is what remains of some of the Fussy Cuts. So I printed them 2 to a page. So I've used one of the flowers that are in there. There's some butterflies. This comes from, I think, the ephemera kit, so I love that. Also 2 to a page I printed. And birds. If you don't know how to print 2 to a page, I do have a video that shows you how to do that. I'll link that in the description box, which I did a long time ago, if you're stuck, so that I can help you with any questions on that front. And it's better to see things sometimes than explain it on a text. So that's what we're going to do. Now let me show you what I've made. So this is what I've made. A really pretty little piece of ephemera that can be given as a gift as it is, or can go into your journal. So you've got 2 uses there. I have used a number of things which I'll get into in a moment beside the papers. We've got one of those gorgeous little butterflies here. I've added a button, used some beautiful lace and some other cotton lace here. I've used, made a little yo-yo or Suffolk puff here. And then we've got B for birds, blue butterfly trim. I've used some butterfly pure lace over here. On the back of it you can see that's how it looks. I did stitch around this one, but I won't be doing that for the current. It's not a must, but I thought I'd show you one of each and we'll make this together. It's really simple. I've used a little Velcro closure to open it up, and then when you open it up you've got all these little pockets, 4 pockets, and I've filled 3 of them. And this does lie pretty flat. If you had to put it into your journal, it's pretty flat. and each pocket has got one of those gorgeous large tags. So we've got this one with the beautiful ribbons. Now I am working at the moment with, well, about to work with my kit, which my latest kit, Little Ladies, is also blues. So I was very fortunate in that I have all the ribbons, all the lace and all the fabric that match with this kit. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to use some of it, because why not? It was exactly what I needed for this. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what you need. You need those 3 sheets of paper that I showed you earlier, and the bird page, the ephemera page, the butterflies. So you want to cut out the yellow ones, and the flowers. So that's what we did there. You're going to cut out the tag page and then the 3 that I've just shown you. All right, so that's what you're going to do paper wise. For the rest of the stuff, what I've done is I've got lace bundles in my shop that have all this lace in. This is from there. This is called Little Ladies lace bundle. The butterfly lace, all of these 3 form part of the 12 that are in that pack. I've got a fabric bundle. This is just one of 11 of the pieces of fabric in there, and it's so lovely and soft, so I've used that. I've used a button from I've got an ultimate bundle that has the fabric, the ribbons, the lace and everything, and the buttons, etc. in there. I've cut out all those things ready to go, and you just need a little Velcro, or if you want to use a magnet, you know, you can do that. Right, so let's get going. So excited. I really enjoyed putting this together, and I hope that you're going to enjoy it too. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the top, the actual bit over here. We're going to just prep it ready to make. So I used this page to do that. Now all that I did here was I've just folded this in half. I've used my glue stick. So here it is. Yeah, you want to just fold this in half like that, so lengthwise fold it in half, so that you've got this blue label on the one side and this on the other. All right, then I'm going to just stick it all down, so just the one side like that, and just using my glue stick here, but you know, you can use any glue you like. And we'll just stick that down to just meet the corners is the key. And there we go. So there, we will trim that in a mo, but I just wanted to get that ready to go. All right, so we'll just put that to the side for the minute. Now what I'm going to do is I want to just take my other pages. So we've got these 2 now. And what I did here was I printed on the background pages. I forgot to mention that. So I have printed the backgrounds on the back. It's not a must. You don't have to do that, but I have done that. Now I've taken both of them. I'm going to do the same with both of them. So all you need to do is grab your bone folder, and I have this mat, so it makes it easy. I want to fold from this side, the first side, 2.5 inches. So that is, what's 2.5 inches in centimeters? That is 6.5 centimeters. You want to, it doesn't need to be precise, guys, because we're just estimating here. And I'm just going to fold it over like that and use my bone folder. Now the key for this is just to line up the edges here. All right, that's the key. And just do that. Now what you want to do here is you want to just cover it. So I'm going to just lap it over, and I'm going to show you now once I've got it right like that. So when I say just, we're talking 1/4 inch. Okay, and you're going to do the same there. All right, so there's that. Now you're going to do exactly the same with the other piece of paper. All right, that's on the outside, and again the background's on the inside. I've got this piece of hair following me around. Right, I'm going to do exactly the same. 2.5 there inches like that, and we're going to run our finger down there. Okay, again, just line up those edges, and then you know it will go straight. All right, now what I want you to do is, just so that these are the same, put these together, buff the ends together so that this edge is together, and now fold this to match up that edge there. All right, keep it straight on the edge there like that, and run your finger down. So these should be the same width now. All right, as I made this already, you pick up all the loopholes, don't you? All right, now open them both up and fold them halfway this way, the other way now, like you would fold them to make a journal page. Lots of thinking with this. Right, get that in the middle. Right, and the same with this. So we open it up, we turn it that way, and we just meet up those corners at the top there. So you've got one there. It's hard when you haven't got your head underneath it. All right, there we go, and run your finger down there like that. All right, now you can go and ink it all up. I'm not going to do it here now. I'm keeping this streamlined, but you can do that. And the other thing you can do is you can go and put thumb notches here if you want. All right, so that's fine. Now what I want to do is I'm going to decide which one of these I want on top. I think I'm going to go with the blue on the top. Doesn't matter. And we are going to run some glue just along the top edge here. So I'm just using my Barely Arts glue. Barely Art, yeah, I had to think what it was for a minute. Okay, and then just push that back down. Run your finger over there like that, and do the same with the other. So just open that back up again, get it to the long and thinner version. And I don't want to chop off the bird's beak, so we're going to put the glue on the other side here like that. There we go. So don't need to be very wide, and then you're going to meet up the fold lines and run your finger over there like that. Okay, good to go. Now, when I did this initially, I actually didn't want that on the front. I wanted this on the front, and I got it all wrong. I don't know what I was doing, but anyway. Now with the other one, what I want you to do now is take these and put them together. Decide which one you want on the front. Now bear in mind, the top will be the front, not the bottom. All right, so we're going to fold along that line there. We're going to match those up again, like that. And you're just going to burnish the corner. Right, same here. Just match those corners up there like that. Hold that there and just reinforce that fold line. All right, so this one, I'm going to have the butterfly at the front. So I want to take this one and put it in the middle. All right. Now with my previous one, I did sew across the bottom, but we don't have to do that. So I thought, no, this one I won't use a sewing machine. I'm going to use my glue. So I'm going to use my my Fabri-Tac, all 3-in-1 Beacon, same thing really. I just want to put a little bit of glue. Well, that was a bit more than a little, but it's all right. Down the middle there. Okay, and now this is where you want to grab the end. You want to grab that end there. Get those fold lines together and match them up like that, and just run your finger in there. I put these out for that reason, right? So now I'm just going to put these on just to keep it in place. All right, there we go. Now we'll come back to our lid. So we folded that and glued that together. Now what I want to do is I want to just turn this around while that's drying and decide. This is the bit that's on the front, as you can see over here. That's that bit there. And I aligned it to where I wanted it to be. And the way I did that was I just took my pencil and if you have it like that and you can see the handles, I wanted to just centralize that image. So we're going to use the whole strip, but I'm just doing this so that I can get a sort of centralized image in the middle, right? And then with my pencil, I'm just going to run the line down there and run the line down there. All right, that's where I'm going to cut it. Now you can do that with your scissors, of course. I'm just going to use my craft knife, and hopefully I've got this straight with my pencil. Hopefully. No, I didn't. It doesn't matter. Right, so we're going to do that here, and then I'll just re-measure again. Now hang on to this bit because I actually use those bits. Right, and then just again, we want to just make sure that I do actually have this correct. I got it a bit wrong, so I'm just getting it a bit right now. And that does happen, right? That's where I went wrong. So it's right on the line there, but it's a little bit more in. And there's nothing wrong with just checking your measurements, you know. And then just cut that off. All right. Now, what I did here was, you can give this a little bit of an ink. Now, this is the back part, so I'm not really worried too much about that. But before I go around the corners, you can just take your rounder if you want. Remember, if you don't have one, use the edge of this or this here for a wider edge. Just trace around the corner and cut it out with your scissors. That works a wonder as well. Right, so we want to just get that inked up a little bit. Yeah, and the same on the underside. All right, now what I want to do is I've taken off these clips and I have run double-sided tape. You can use glue down where the join line is. All right, so I've done it on those two ready. I'm going to show you how I do that. We only need one on one side. So if we do it over here, just using my tape. Now glue will do the same job. You just want to get an idea of where it is. So I see it's over here. So I'm just going to put my tape down like that and run it down. It's nice when it's red because you can see if it's straight or not, and then you want to just cut that off. All right, so we've got there, there, and there. So each one of those you want to put tape on. And also this is our top, so turn it over. This is the base. You won't see that bit, the rounded corner bit is your front. And I'm going to just put some tape on these pieces over here as well. So just that bit there. Again, glue will suffice. I love double-sided tape, but it's a nightmare to pull off the strips. Okay, so we've come close to where we need to be now. Now, grab something sharp like a pin, or I'm using my pokey tool, and you want to just grip the top of the double-sided tape, which is quite static, and then you want to just fold back on those lines, and as it comes down, try and lie it on top there as much as you can. You know, line the corners up as much as you can, and then do that to each one of them. Right, so we'll bring this one up and we do that. Oops. Yeah, and then one more this side. It's all three of them. They always stick to me and I have a job trying to get them off. Right, and then just lay that on top there. So now you've got your little concertina pockets. All right, so all four of them there like that. And like I say, you can put thumb notches in if you want. I'm just going to give that a little bit of distress ink on the outside, like that. These would make great gifts and a happy mail for friends, you know, really would. Now we want to just stick our little lid on. And as I say, at this point, if you wanted to stitch around there, this would be a good time to do that. I'm not doing the stitching today, we're just gluing today, but you know. Pull that off, and let's just see how far down I stuck this. Right, I stuck this one 1¼ inches from the top. That in centimeters is 3 centimeters. All right, so that's my front. I want to turn that over. I'm just going to, I'll just use the centimeters because it's here. And I like to draw a line so I know I've got it straight. All right, so that is my sticking line. And I can't see the other one. Here we go. Right, you're not going to see that because we're going to stick this on. And it's quite difficult when you're sitting like this to know if it's straight. And it's not always that you have something to guide you. So that's why I tend to do this. Right, so now you also want to make sure that you get it on. I'm just going to hold it there with that corner. And I'm looking for the line. There it is. All right. So there we go. And now we can encourage this to go over. Now where's my glue stick? This is how I do it. I take my glue stick and I sort of go down to about that point, so halfway, and I just roll it. Yeah, roll the glue stick. It sort of just encourages it to go around. You can use your scoreboard and all sorts of things, but I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, and then just gauge it with, help it with your fingers a little bit. Yeah, just encourage it over. Right, there we go. So there's our lid and our base. How amazing is that? Right, now it's just a case of decorating, which is really quick and easy. You want to take your little piece of lace, so this will go over here. I'm going to use my big scissors because they're the sharpest. All right, so I'm just going to get those there. Let's just take some of these things away. Gosh, it's amazing how quickly the desk becomes full of nonsense, doesn't it? Right, I love a bit of font. Right, I'm going to just get some of this on here, and you really don't want it too thick. That bit went a little bit thick, but that's okay. We'll survive. It'll dry. Let's put the lid on because that does like to ooze. And then you want to just take your lace. I'm just checking which is the right side. I think it's that one. Then I'm going to just get my little butterfly. I'm centralizing the middle of the butterfly on each side like that. Yeah. And I'm going to just cut that up. I'll trim that when it dries. Okay, so we've got that there. And then I did take my little bird. I trimmed off his little perch there. And I did stick him just below there. But I want to just get the rest of the goodies on as well. Right, so we've got these two little bits. That goes that way. These are from the ephemera pack, like that. And I'm going to get those stuck on sort of like this. I'm just lining them up so that I can see how I want it. Yeah, something like that. And if you're not sure, the good old pencil helps to help you guide where you want to put it, because sometimes you have a great idea, you go and stick these things down, and then it's not actually, when you take it all away and go back to do it individually like now, it doesn't go exactly as high as you wanted it or whatever. So don't underestimate the power of the pencil, because I use mine a lot. So that's your tip for the day. The most important tip really should be have fun and use what you have. All right, so although we often show you things with kits, you can do this with anything. Just having fun and following along would be great. Now I can see the line there that I drew, and I'm going to stick it like that. There we go. So I think that's sort of where I wanted it. Yes. All right. So before I do that, the bird's just going to go underneath there like that, and underneath that bit. So I'm going to get him on there. I love these birds. These birds feed at my garden every single day. I think they're little tits. They are just adorable, and they are small. Right, so let's forget that there. We want that there. So let's just lift up the little fabric tack. The joy of fabric tack. You can do what you want with it pretty much. Right, there we go. And then we'll get this little bit stuck on as well. I hope that you follow along and have fun with all of this. Everybody's so excited to share all their ideas, and some new people, some old people. You know, we're just here to share the love of crafting. Hopefully it gives you joy and brings you some relaxation time, you know, and to encourage you to watch the newer channels as well. So we share in the love. Right, so you want to just stick that down. I'm holding it because it's there we go. Right, so that's that bit done. Now the top bit, not too long either. I've used my lovely cotton crocheted lace. I love this lace. It's one of my favorites for this new kit that I'm doing. Right, I'm going to get that over there. Get the glue out. Now I wasn't going to put on a Suffolk puff on this one. I thought I would do it without, so you get, you know, different options slightly, because not everybody has a sewing machine, but you don't have to have a sewing machine to make a Suffolk puff. To be honest, you don't. You can do it with needle and a thread, but I will talk you through how I did mine. Right, there we go. Oops, wrong one. Right, so we've got that there. Now with the Suffolk puff, I took 1.5 inches, I think, yeah, it was 1 3/4 of an inch there, fabric. It's double-sided, so it's 3 inches wide and 6 inches in length, so that is 8 centimeters by 5.5 inches, so 13.5 centimeters. Just fold it in half and do a running stitch there. All right, that'll pull it all together like this, yeah, but on your sewing machine or by hand, and then you just gather it together and that'll go onto the top there. All right, I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to do one without that, just in case you don't want to. All right, I'm going to trim this bit off here now. It's had some time to attach itself. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this, and I love this because it just pulls out the nice dark shades of these designs that Rach did, which are absolutely stunning. Rach, I love them. Right, there we go. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick the little butterfly on like that. All right, and then I just sort of bent him around my finger like that, and I'm going to put this like that and put it on there. All right, so it doesn't have to have a Suffolk puff. There we go. So let's get that down. So we'll put some glue on this. So the lace does have a right and wrong side. Most of them do. Some are so well done that you can hardly see which is which, but it usually has one of each. So again, just bend that around your finger a little bit just to give it a bit of 3D, but of course it'll go flat. I'm not going to glue the whole thing. I'm gluing the middle like that, yeah, and then we'll just find its position like that, yeah, and then you can just hold it like that, and there we go. All right, then it's just a case of your tags, and I haven't done anything to these tags other than I've used this little piece here to cut out a 3/4 of an inch circle. I used both of those, and I've stuck them up here just to make like a little ring reinforcer. I've used these beautiful ribbons. They are also part of my little ladies ribbon bundle, which is in my website shop. I'll have the links for the website shop below. And then, so these are just 3 of the 18 that are in that bundle, and beautiful blues. So there we go. Those are Rach's gorgeous 3 tags, which I've sewn around and put onto board. So there we go. Beautiful writing. And they are going to go into our little pouch. As easy as that. So that's why I didn't put thumbtacks in, because I mean you can get these out easily enough. And then all that remains to do is to put on our little Velcro. Now, if you were putting on a magnet, you would need to have done that a little bit before. I'm going to just stick the two together because one's like hooked and one's fluffy, and pull the back off the one side. And then it's just a case of finding the middle. So I think this is about 4 inches. And I'm just going to put that there. I've used this as a guide, and now I'm able to pull off the other side. And when you move this over and line this up, the lid, like that, I'm just feeling the edges and then just give it a little press there. And there you go. Yeah, and you can make this flatter, the lid bit, if you want. All right, and that's our project for today. So we've got one with a Suffolk puff and one without, different fronts, but there you go. Amazing. Oh, I forgot the button. Look at me. Now the button, sorry guys. The button, I knew there was something that looked a bit sparse. And this button also is part of one of my kits, my ultimate bundle. I still have a couple in my shop. Now I like to stitch the buttons. You don't have to, but it's just me. I just don't like seeing them without thread in them. So that's easily done, isn't it? So you just do that once or twice. Making a right mess of the stitching today. Right, and then we just cut that off. And you can sew through the button of the butterfly, but I can't on this occasion because I've already attached it. But that's okay. We'll just lift him up a bit and get some glue down there. Gosh, I've even got a tray of things in front of me and I missed that. How is that possible? And then just stick that on there, and I think it just finishes it off. All right, so that's bee today. We've got blue, buttons, butterflies, and birds. How's that? And lots of all of those things in summer. All right, everyone, go and enjoy yourselves. Go and give this a try, as I said. Great gift, or an addition to any journal theme. A really fun idea and doesn't take much time at all. And please go and follow along with the other people. They would love to see you there. And I look forward to seeing what you think about this project. So stay well. Hugs. Bye.